I'm Wayne Bramwell. I'm the Managing Director and CEO of Westgold. It's been a really busy time for us, and I'm really proud today to be standing here to talk about the next evolution of the company. We closed the merger with Karora last Friday. We announced it to the market, so technically, depending on how you look at it, today's day one. Westgold, this version, is now a globally investable mid-tier gold producer. We've got two strategic footprints in Western Australia, being the Murchison and the Goldfields, and I'll talk to that in some detail. What's really unusual about the company now, what puts us in a very strong position, is many things. I mean, we start pro forma day one as a plus 400,000 ounce gold producer, completely based here in Western Australia. Balance sheet's strong, the team is strong, we're positioned for more growth. The corporate snapshot is quite busy, but the interesting things, and something I'll have to get used to talking about, is today's market cap, $2.4 billion. That's very different than last week, and that has certainly been a function of acquiring these assets. The business now inherits and brings together a different group of shareholders. I mean, this is a merger of equals, and the Karora shareholders will own 49.9% of the enlarged business. The business now has significant international coverage, and that will be something else which will be a challenge to manage going forward. Our growth strategy has been pretty clear. We've been clear about what we're interested in and what we're prepared to do, and I've spoken about Westgold in the few years that I've been at the helm as a portfolio company. With the acquisition of the Karora assets and team, the portfolio has just got stronger. Day one. Wow, it's been a wild ride for the last 5 months. So those who've been watching the theatre and the colour of the movement of what Westgold's been going through, it's been interesting, let's say that. Anyway, the business today is much different. Two strategic footprints. We are dominant in the Murchison, and now we've acquired a strategic footprint in the Southern Goldfields. Really, we'll start to talk about the business in terms of northern operations and southern operations, and I'll start to add some colour to this now. We are underground owner miners. One of the most pleasing things of this merger is now our team is much bigger. And look, mining is a high-tech business, but the tech is useless if you don't have the people to drive it and manage it. The team now, over 1,900 strong. A key capability we have, different than many others, is our underground drilling division. And currently today, 13 drill rigs and a team of 100 people, a capability we've built over the last few years. Clearly we like big yellow things, and now we've got around 170 pieces of gear. Last night it was dark when I parked the latest addition to the fleet, so if anyone finds a big set of yellow keys, if you could return them to booth 48, that'd be fantastic. Leadership drives culture, and culture drives performance. Our team really understands this equation now, and this has been key to the turnaround in the business. Every mine operator in Western Australia since COVID has struggled with turnover, and it was certainly something we struggled with for a long time. We really worked hard in this area, and I can see that it's starting to work by the reduction in our turnover. Safe and profitable ounces. It's a really simple statement, but everyone in our business understands this is the mission. Without safety, the ounces are pointless, and we've really worked hard in this area, and if the trend's your friend, the stats speak for themselves. Focus on operational excellence is something which we will be speaking to more over the coming years. For us now, everyone in our business understands the expectation around delivery of the new Westgold is very, very high. We have to focus on these things. The business is much bigger, but it's not about scale. It's about improving free cash flow out of this business, and we know with the team we've got, we can do this. Day one, we start with an ore reserve of 3.2 million ounces and mineral resources of 13 million ounces. We've drilled and spent within our business, the northern operations, the Murchison, $25 million in the last 12 months in drilling, and it's been a game changer. It's been a game changer on so many fronts, and we're starting to show the changes to the market. The drilling we've done has seen a 134% increase in the South Junction and Bluebird mine. And for those who are not familiar with Bluebird South Junction, this will be a multi-decade mine. We can't drill a bad hole there, and this is something which is really changing our game in Meekatharra. The other addition is the Starlight mine, 41% increase in the resource there from a mine which is over 20 years old and for most of its life had 18 to 2 years mine life, has been transformational. And all we did is we drilled. It's a really busy slide and really it shows how broad the business is with these two footprints in the Murchison and the Goldfields. I'll only really talk to one part of this, which is the thing which really interests everyone in Westgold and really underpins our interest in the Karora transaction, and that's Beta Hunt. We call it a golden opportunity, and the next few minutes I'll run through a set of slides to try and give you a feel for the value and our interest in this asset. What we acquire now with these assets is a beachhead in the southern goldfields. This is a goldfield or a gold camp with more than 20 million ounces of gold endowment. Jumping into a little more detail here, and this is just the Beta Hunt system, what we see is this. It's a 7 kilometre long system. It's a 50-year-old nickel mine that's only been getting mined for gold for the last 5 to 6 years. Within this 7 kilometre trend, 4 kilometres is developed, and 3 kilometres of the 7 kilometre trend has seen very, very limited drilling. Diving into a little bit more detail, key statistic on this slide is the Fletcher zone. The Fletcher zone is something quite spectacular. There's probably 35 holes into this area, and what people get confused about with our reintroduction of Beta Hunt to the market is this. The gold and the nickel are not commingled. They're quite finite lodes, and with very limited drilling, the Karora team have actually started to build a really strong resource. This is the thing where we see value. How do we add value? There's no science to this other than drilling. The Karora team have drilled this ore body, or the Fletcher zone, with one drill rig for 12 months. What we will do is exactly what we've done in the Murchison with Bluebird South Junction and deploy additional rigs. Of the 13 underground drill rigs we own now, 3 are ready to go, and as soon as we can get access into the Fletcher zone, we'll be deploying our resources and our people into that zone because we know we can build value here quickly. I'm not a great fan of peer comparisons, but Olympic reference, this is what the players look like in the gold space now. Clearly Westgold doesn't have a podium finish, but in 12 months' time, let's see how that looks. We will be TSX listed, and tomorrow Canadian time will be our first day of Canadian trading. This is a space that we'll have to understand, but there are deep pools of capital there, and with 49% of the company held by Karora shareholders, it's a space we will invest time in. Enhanced capital markets appeal. Well, again, we are certainly a bigger company now with a much larger market cap, but for us it's not been about scale, it's about profitability. What we have now is a far larger engine which can generate a lot more free cash. That's the end game for us. I've really smashed through this, which is great because I'm surprisingly nervous today, Duncan. I don't know why. Maybe I'm coming down after the 5 months of theatre that we've lived through in Westgold, but that aside, absolutely proud about where this company's at. For 2 years now, the Westgold team has been positioning this business for growth, and I'm happy to say we're at that point now. Our aspiration is to become, our aspiration is to become a larger, more profitable, more progressive Australian gold miner. We are so proud about getting together with the Karora people and their assets because culturally it's been a great fit. They're underground miners, so are we. Their team wears orange, ours wears yellow. Within the end of the month, we're all wearing yellow, and we're welcoming those people now. WA is our home. The marketing department went crazy when they named this business Westgold, and we're very happy with the name, and that's our home, and that's where we're going to play to our strengths. We are unhedged. Potentially, I think we are the largest unhedged Australian gold producer, and that's a position that we will remain in. We are unhedged and fully exposed to the gold price. The balance sheet's strong. The way the deal's been structured, we now have on day one over $165 million of cash and liquidity to deploy into this business. Everyone in the business is clear-eyed about the challenges ahead, and now it's all about delivery. The pipeline of assets or growth opportunities within this expanded business is, in some sense, quite mind-blowing. We understand the Murchison, and there's a lot more to be found in the Murchison. We are now starting to understand the goldfields, and certainly Beta Hunt can be much larger, and the Higginsville opportunity at this stage is something which we will invest time in. It's all going to be about drilling. Most importantly, the one thing that hasn't changed and won't change going forward is our focus on shareholder returns. One of the other achievements this last financial year was to make 2 dividend payments to our shareholders, and that trend will continue. The business now is in a really great place. So proud to be leading this team, and thank you for your time. For those who want to listen to me prattle on a bit more, come and meet our technical people at booth 48. Thanks, Duncan.